It's definitely not that bad like those mean critics are saying on Rotten Tomatoes or YouTubers, but we'll talk. We just saw the Marvels in IMAX 3D. That's right, in IMAX 3D, but is it any good? We'll talk. Hi, how you doing today? It's just Jess here. Hope you're having a good day. And today, yes, so we saw the movie The Marvels and we went to go see it in IMAX 3D, but is it worth it to go in that format? Honestly, absolutely yes. Why? The movie is literally shot with IMAX cameras. You get to experience the extended aspect ratio, and yes, I did notice it took the entire screen, but not all of the movie, just some of it. Although not all of the runtime, like I said, you still have black top and bottom bars for some scenes. However, you do see up to 26% more only in IMAX, and if you're interested in seeing what you're missing out if you don't go see it in IMAX, under Instagram pages, which I'll show you right now and also link below so I can check out my sources, you do miss some of the screen size and you also get to feel more immersive if seeing this in IMAX. So some of the photos that I'll show you right now, I just felt way more immersive seeing it in IMAX, because even though it's cut a little bit, when you have that bigger screen and the immersive, bigger, louder sound, it felt more fun to be in a theater watching it in IMAX than your traditional non-IMAX theaters. Also, if you're in IMAX, you also get to experience the proprietary sound system that provides powerful in-depth audio experience. The 3D had some popping, but the IMAX would be enough to suffice, although some parts I did notice the 3D. And when I was watching the movie, especially the beginning credits, yeah, it felt like an added touch to it, which it was great, but still, it's not needed for this time of film. I feel like IMAX with the extended screen, which I just showed you right now, which I'll also link below so you check out the sources for this movie review, the IMAX was enough to suffice. The 3D just felt, I don't want to say a gimmick, but it's not like a needed, like Avatar Tears of Fantasy or anything like that, but still, just nice added touch. The Marvels is an action-adventure space with hints of comedy movie from Marvel Studios. We follow Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Photon as the use of their powers causing them to switch between time and space. When an unknown enemy threatens to steal something from their universe, they must encounter together and be as a team to destroy the threats of the evil. This is a continuation from the movie Captain Marvel that came out in 2009, as Photon was introduced in WandaVision, and of course the hit TV show series from Disney Plus, which is Miss Marvel, which is an amazing show, by the way. Samuel L. Jackson comes back as Nick Fury, although most of the focus is on the three main leads. I'm going to address the controversy for a second. Yes, I know a lot of people don't like Brie Larson and they think, oh, this is a feminist film, you know, it's a lot of women. I don't know exactly everything that she said. I didn't want it to plague my review of the movie because I'm reviewing the movie, I'm not reviewing her as a person. And some of the stuff that she said that I heard has nothing to do with her character in this movie and has nothing to do with this movie. Yes, after I do this review, I will search up why do people not like her, but still, I didn't want it to taint or tarnish my overall thoughts on the movie itself, even though the movie, it's not that great. Although the critics are giving it a way lower score than I ever thought I could. I mean, yes, I did see this in IMAX 3D, so when I saw it in that format, I felt funny, dumb, good. I had a good, pleasant time with it, although I'm not giving it more of a score. I just felt more better watching it in a bigger, louder theater. I mean, come on. When you watch something in a regular screen versus an IMAX, it's a totally different experience. Yes, the movie could be the same, but the experience of watching it in a different format does change your overall feeling when you're at the theaters. And a lot of people don't want to know about like the homework. If you don't know what homework is here on this movie channels or the movie world, it's basically where you have to watch other movies, other shows just to catch up. When Marvel just used to do movies in theaters, which they should have stuck to, they did all these shows for nothing because they're trying to chase money because they're greedy. Although when the movie felt less crowded than I did in other Marvel movies were supposed to be an event. And I felt like for this one, it was kind of disappointing because there was not a lot of people on a Saturday, 4:00 p.m. IMAX 3D. Yes, of course, IMAX 3D is only for like the big movies that a lot of people want to see, but maybe it's lost its magic. That's a whole separate video, which I'll do in the future. So subscribe for that. Maybe they lost its touch. Maybe it's because it's only 3 beautiful, perfect women on the front cover. We're going to talk about that. Enough with the rambling about the controversies. One thing that I found pretty cool, but it was kind of a gimmick, maybe it was the use of the switching of the powers every time they use it. If you see in the trailers, every time they use their powers, they switch between time and space. And it's actually pretty cool, unique fighting sequences. One of them is in space, one of them is in a spaceship, one of them is back at Kamala's house. And every time they use it in the beginning, they don't know who they're switching with. They think it's just 2 people, it's 3 people, so it's nice, some fun comedic moments, hand-to-hand fight sequences, which stuff looked pretty cool, like the glow and stuff, the visual effects, the powers. I thought that was pretty cool. Like the visual of the movie, they look great in these roles, all 3 of them, in their costumes, the way the particles hit the other enemies. I thought that was pretty cool of the switching of effects, even though a lot of people could think, oh, it's just a gimmick, but still, it was nice to see that in the beginning of the film. Miss Marvel, aka Kamala Khan, feels like she had the most time even filming the movie, which crosses it on screen. Let me explain. When you're watching the movie, Kamala Khan, as much as I love her, you can feel that she had a great time making the film. You know, she's like lovable, she's chemistry. Although she has least experiences with her powers in the supernatural world and the superhero stuff, I did love seeing her on screen, and seeing Captain Marvel through the lenses of her changes how you look at the whole film if you're looking at it from that perspective. Kamala Khan, if you've seen the TV show series, she wants to be with Captain Marvel. She thinks they're besties, they have special powers, she dreams about her, she writes about her, and then now being in her presence, she's like, oh my gosh, this girl's not who I think it is, which is like a reality check that most of us can believe. But I did like her. I mean, I don't want to say she is kind of the saving grace of the movie, and a lot of other critics believe as well. But I did like her seeing on screen, playing with these other actors, because this is a young actress, being with like other more talented, I don't want to say talented, that's kind of a weird word, but more experienced actresses in the MCU film. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel looks really good in the suit, and her figure, like, yeah, she is beautiful and gorgeous, let's be honest. But I feel like there's a lot of time that has passed since the 2019 movie. I mean, in the game, like, or in the movie, like, we're just catching up to what she does, what she's talking to, who she is, what she's living with, and I feel like there's a lot of time that happened that we don't even get to know, because remember, 2019's Captain Marvel took place in the 1990s. Now it's 2023. A lot has happened, even Endgame. Like, I feel like she's not a character that we know more about. And this movie, yes, even though it's her movie, she's also sharing the screen with Photon and Miss Marvel, which we'll talk about Photon right now. Her powers are cool. If you didn't see her in WandaVision, although she doesn't get a lot of screen time, but the thing about her is that she has to play off Brie Larson's character because they haven't seen each other in a while, and that affects their relationship, especially Miss Marvel coming on board, trying to team up. So she is like like, you kind of betrayed me, and of course there's more things to it, but this will change overall the future of the MCU. If you've seen the mid-credit scenes, I mean, it's not a drastic change, but they definitely did a lot of cool stuff if they can continue this momentum going, which I don't know if they are, because I feel like they're heading down a spiral, like they're about to crash. So this movie is like a wake-up call to them. But one thing the movie did need to have, which this movie does have, is the chemistry between the three leads. So you have two characters that haven't seen each other in a while, they feel awkward, they don't know who each other is, and then Miss Marvel's over here, she's young, she's like, I can't believe we're here, you know, let's do superpowers, let's save people. So she is like that, giving the overall comedic tone to the film. Although, let's be honest, this movie suffers like a lot of MCU movies do, is one villain per movie problem. They just literally have one villain, motivations, typical, I want to destroy you, I want to kill you, I want to steal something, you're in my way. Typical motivations, typical one villain per movie problem that Marvel has. And Marvel definitely has this since like Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, I mean, but those movies felt like events. This just felt generic, fine, okay, let's retrade the same ground. Typical villain, and her motivations at the end of her arc is weird. I'm like, wow, dude, that was like a cheap cop-out that you did. I wouldn't say cheap, but still, when you see the movie, you're gonna be like, I actually know what you're talking about. One thing we wish we saw more of was Prince Yan's character. I mean, yeah, he's a handsome devil himself. He can fight. He has nice costumes, and all the attire between her and the three main leads look brilliant. They look beautiful. They look amazing. Although that section of the middle part of the movie with the planet singing, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how much people will take it in their life, because some people might find it odd. Yeah, it's playing for comedic tropes, but still at the same time, some people might not find it, well, is the word that I'm trying to say. They might put off by it. But Prince Yan, I feel like he's severely underutilized. Like, he's an amazing guy from like the 5-7 minutes that we've seen him. I just wish they used him more. He was an amazing dude. Like, I want to see more of that guy. Like, I want to know his background, what happened with him and Brie Larson, or in the movie Captain Marvel, why did they have to travel to that planet? But the movie just gives him, oh, he's here to help the main protagonist, and then he goes away. I want to see more of that dude. Overall, this is a solid, good, fine, alright entry into the MCU. It's not great, but it's definitely not that bad either, like those mean critics are saying. I mean, remember, I saw this in IMAX 3D, so your results may vary, and to be honest, I felt a pleasant, fun, dumb kind of comedy time with it. That's the thing I would say. I didn't feel like it really moved the needle to the next Avengers movie. This was like a mini Avengers team up. I mean, it's only 3 characters, but Marvel needs to let us know, like, when's the next Avengers movie? The thing that the other movies did is that they had a through line going up to something. I feel like here they're just sticking to the wall and see what sticks. You know, and honestly, at this point, it's been since 2019. Like, people need to know, like, the next Avengers movie. And I'm not trying to ramble here, but the problem with the MCU is they're doing too much content. It's not quality over quantity. They're stretching themselves out too thin, and they're just cranking these releases out like Call of Duty or the next Samsung phone, the next iPhone phone. Call of Duty, get a hint because they're not doing so well. They need to figure out what's going on, because this movie is a wake-up call. A lot of people don't like it, and I can see why, but it's not that bad. I mean, there's some pleasant fun to be enjoyed here, but that's just me. I look at stuff half full. Like, Like, I'm a positive dude. A lot of people took time to make this, and it's not that bad. Like, remember, I saw this in IMAX 3D, so I don't know if the critics are seeing it in normal formats, non-IMAX. I saw this on Sean Chancellor channel or John Campia, and I'm probably saying those names wrong, but I'm paraphrasing here because I don't want to get spoiled, but someone said online, this is a sequel to a movie you've never seen that you should have, or something like that. And I was like, dude, definitely, because so much time has passed. I mean, yeah, Miss Marvel is great and that do some new things, especially her family's in this, because you've seen in trailers like that movie or that TV show had a big hit, especially in this movie, because most of it's in it. And of course, we love Kamala Khan, she's amazing, but they have a lot to do, and that's a whole separate video. At the end of the day, before I give you my grade, I'm giving it 2 grades because it really depends on what type of person you are. And like I said, I cannot emphasize this enough. We went to go see this in IMAX 3D, so your results may vary. I'm gonna give this a C+/B-, and again, your results may vary. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you maybe considering hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care, bye.